Live at noon, this is 13 News Now.
Well, thank you for joining us for 13 News Now at noon. I'm Lucy Bustamante.
I'm Andre Sr. We'll have much more on those stories in a moment, but first, a live look outside. This is downtown Norfolk here. It's hot and it is humid.
Absolutely. And after a lot of rain the past couple of days, skies are finally clearing up. So how long is it going to last? Let's check in with meteorologist Tim Pandages. Hey, Tim.
Hey, guys. The short answer is the next few days. The rest of the work week should be nice and warm and feeling more like the middle of August out there. Been a rather cool month. Only hit 90 twice so far. We're going to make another run at it tomorrow and again on Friday before things cool down just a bit by next week. Live look outside here from our Nautica Sky View camera. Starting to just see a few fair weather clouds out there. Fair weather puffy cumulus. 83 outside right now. Dew point's still up there, so it's feeling very muggy out there despite our winds coming in more out of the north today. 85 in Newport News, 83 in Chesapeake, 82 in Ahoskie, 88 now in Williamsburg, 84 in Virginia Beach, and 86 down in Elizabeth City. Dew points region-wide range from the low to mid to even upper 70s. Once you surpass that 70-degree mark, it starts to feel tropical out there, and that's exactly what we're in for the remainder of the week. Radar scanning clear, though. Nothing to worry about in terms of any rain activity. We're under the influence of high pressure moving up over New England. Just enough hold over our weather to keep us dry and clear for the next few days here. Temperature-wise, though, we are on our way up to nearly 90 tomorrow, my pick of the week, 91 on Friday. A cold front comes on through and drops temperatures slightly for the upcoming weekend. It will bring rainstorms with it. We'll talk about how long those last coming up in your full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Tim, thank you. All right, breaking news out of federal court. A Suffolk man has pleaded guilty to supporting ISIS. 27-year-old Lionel Williams admitted to sending money to a person that he believed was with ISIS, believing that the money would be used to kill people. Williams also admitted to posting his support for ISIS on social media, writing that he hoped the terrorist group would take over the United States. As part of today's plea, Williams has agreed to a 20-year prison sentence. His official sentencing is in December.
None of that wrong-way wreck that took place in Norfolk this morning, a car slamming into another vehicle head-on, killing the drivers of both vehicles.
This happened on East Little Creek Road near Nancy Drive just after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 13
News Now reporter Elise Brown spoke with neighbors who were shaken awake by the sound of the impact.
TV on, asleep in the recliner.
There was no sound of screeching brakes or horn blowing. It was just metal on metal, and it was loud enough to wake me up out of a dead sleep.
John D'Ambrosio went outside around 1 this morning to figure out what that noise was. His home sits directly on East Little Creek Road.
The accident was about, I'd say about 100 feet from where I'm standing now, and I could see smoke coming up out of the radiator. One of the vehicles had the whole front end was completely demolished.
Norfolk police say a 39-year-old woman was driving a silver Chrysler in the wrong direction when she hit a black Hyundai Sonata head-on. The driver of that Sonata, a 26-year-old man. Photos show mangled cars.
I saw two very bad-looking vehicles right in front of my house and lots of police lights, and it looked terrible.
Police say the woman died on the scene. The man died at the hospital.
You have to ask yourself, did somebody fall asleep, or was, somebody who was impeded with judgment, obviously, because at least you tried to avoid an accident at any cost.
Police are investigating. In Norfolk, Elise Brown, 13 News Now.
New at noon, the fiery wreck that took place on I-264 in Virginia Beach this morning was fatal. You can see the smoke was billowing from the vehicle on the westbound side of the interstate at Bird Neck Road. Several emergency vehicles on that scene. It is not yet clear if another vehicle was involved or exactly what led to that fire. Traffic was brought to an absolute standstill, and drivers were eventually forced to turn and go in the opposite direction on 264.
Now to a crime spree stretching across two cities overnight. It started as a carjacking turned into a high-speed police pursuit and ended with a stolen vehicle plowing into an apartment. Police say just after midnight, Jeffrey Lee got into a car parked in front of the 7-Eleven on South Military Highway in Chesapeake. He forced the woman who was inside that vehicle to get out before taking off. The victim called police, and officers say they later spotted Lee on I-464. They chased him into Norfolk, where he eventually crashed into an apartment on South Main Street. The 53-year-old suspect was then arrested. New at noon, police are trying to find the person who shot a man as he drove down the street in Hampton. The victim was traveling down LaSalle Avenue just after 8 o'clock last night when he was struck by a bullet. He was taken to the hospital to be treated for non-life-threatening injuries, we are told. If you have any information that could help police, call the crime line at the number on your screens right there. It's 1-888-LOCK-YOU-UP. And remember, you can remain anonymous.
Right now, a protest is wrapping up in Chesapeake. People from the Georgetown neighborhood are fighting back against a natural gas pipeline that could run right underneath their homes. About 75 to 100 people gathered outside at Providence Road and Georgetown Boulevard this morning. The 9-mile pipeline would stretch from Norfolk to Chesapeake. It's called the South Side Connector Distribution Project, and it's in the works by Virginia Natural Gas. Residents say that they are worried about their safety.
Worst case is if there's a lightning strike and it goes ground, these pipes are only 3 feet down. It could cause an explosion, and if it causes an explosion, then we could very well lose some people.
They're also worried about their property value going down because of it. Construction on the pipeline would start in October. It would be completed sometime in 2018. State Senator Sproul is meeting with Attorney General Mark Herring to discuss the issue this weekend.